Well, as is the case with many Oliver Stone movies, the latest one is creating a lot of buzz, a lot of controversy. This time, before it even hits theaters. Corinne Winter joins us live from Hollywood with the latest on W. You know, Corinne, it hasn't hit theaters, but I saw billboards for this thing all over the place.
All over. Did you just say controversial in Oliver Stone? I can't believe it.
Yeah, I know, right? Say it isn't so.
No, you're right on, Nicole. In fact, the filmmaker, he's made movies about presidents before, but never about a sitting president. In fact, his latest picture puts George W. Bush in the spotlight.
John, I'm sure historians will say, gosh, I wish he could have done better.
It's Oliver Stone's latest presidential biopic, W, recounting what the film depicts as the current president's booze-soaked youth to a scathing indictment of his time in office. The film is anything but flattering to President Bush.
I want Americans to see that this character, who they voted for, a little bit better, understand why we voted for him, what it is he's done, and where we are now.
What do you think you are? A Kennedy? You're a Bush. Act like one.
Stephen J. Ross, professor of film and politics at USC, says Stone's decision to release the film just 18 days before the presidential election was no accident.
It is the impact that he wants to have right now, and he's really aiming, I think, not at the Democrats, not at the Republicans, but at those independents, that 20% that both sides are still battling for.
Ross says even those who choose not to buy a ticket could still be influenced. From posters and billboards that read, "A life misunderestimated," to TV spots and websites with the slogan, "Anyone can grow up to be president." But Ross says this kind of disparaging marketing could flop.
There are people who are going to see Oliver Stone's film as an example of negative campaigning, of a character smear against an outgoing president, and Oliver Stone is a filmmaker who often crosses the line, like Michael Moore. But as a political strategy, it actually backfires.
Moore's 2004 movie, Fahrenheit 9/11, slammed the current administration and was a box office hit, but it failed to keep Mr. Bush from winning a second term.
This is for all those who doubted I won the election.
Whether it's seen as a character assassination or art imitating life, W, like most of Stone's films, will probably leave audiences loving or hating it.
And Nicole, no real surprise here. We reached out to the White House for reaction on this film and its timed release. A spokesperson told CNN they had no comment. W, by the way, hits theaters this weekend. Okay, moving on to Showbiz Tonight, we'll have more on politics and Hollywood with the Tina Fey effect. Tina Fey speaks out for the very first time about what she really thinks about Sarah Palin, but is Fey's impersonation of Palin hurting the McCain ticket? The heated debate on TV's most provocative entertainment news show, Showbiz Tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern and Pacific.